man.
All right, we got him.
We like to apologize.
For what?
To absolutely no one. The two-time champ does absolutely fucking nothing. What's it going? Oh.
Yo.
Main Chafford podcast episode 139. 139. Okay, thank you for helping me. I am two Dems. The real is back. The real is back.
Come on.
Member of the DSS.
Yes, sir.
Daniel and Damson.
And them man there.
Listen, you best.
Bobby Schmode.
Bobby Schmode. I can't believe he's in it. Get to know. You know what time it is, man. Come on, Mr. Hollywood.
Come on. Cole Sanusi, Don Corleone in the building. The one and only. In the flesh.
Yes, sir.
Streaming live to your ears.
Streaming live to your ears, to the people them.
Yes, sir.
And now for the main event. Weighing in at... How much do you think he weighs? I don't want to... I'm going to say 190.
I don't even know that system. The metric versus the imperial.
I'm just guessing.
I don't know pounds and all that shit.
Nah, probably 195, 200.
Yeah, I was going to say 200, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That means you weigh more than Rey Mysterio. 619, the real is back. It's the real one.
It's Eman G45.
Yes, sir.
Solid in my name.
Come on.
The 45 is silent.
Come on.
It's the Prince of the East.
Riding Mises. I'm riding Mises.
Keep going.
It's the Prince of the East.
Yes.
Genghis Chibogwe.
Yes.
It's the Black Mamba Dove. Get to know already. Listen. It's the Cheetah Yam.
Yes, sir.
Episode 139.
We're in the building.
Word of advice.
Go on.
Money bags.
Just kidding.
I thought he was going to say, what was it? Wash your clef?
Every day.
I said, I don't know what this guy's talking about.
But you know what? Yeah, you know what's an interesting topic? I want to see Amber Heard's feet.
Are you a feet man?
That
means yes. The fact that he's hesitated like this.
That's a crazy thing to say.
I was just talking about Amber Heard's feet. I want to see her feet. Like,
but why? What happened? What's going on in the case that you now want to see her feet?
Bro, she's chatting so much crud, man. She's lying, bruv. She basically said, I slapped the bottle on the floor. Yeah. Then there was glass everywhere. I was walking bare feet. And then the next thing I saw, Johnny Depp's finger was cut off.
Wow. She's going through the Crud Olympics, man.
She's going for the Crud Olympics. And then she said, I was trying to walk everywhere, but there was glass on the floor, so it was really hard for me to walk. This and that. And we went to the hospital. That's it. And I'm like, okay, then where's the evidence about your feet being cut up by the glass?
It's not making sense.
We haven't heard that yet. They haven't interrogated. Like they haven't done cross-examination in court with Amber Heard as of yet. She's just doing a testimony. Yeah.
Right.
And they're asking her questions. Her lawyers asking her questions, but they haven't had Johnny Depp's lawyers ask them the question.
Right.
And her story has potholes everywhere.
The maddest thing I heard, and I've not been following it.
Yeah.
But my girl told me that basically she had a psychoanalysis session, and she essentially her scores were 100%. For depression, I think.
Was it depression and narcissism?
I think so.
Yeah.
And then they realized, like, no, these answers are too perfect. So supposedly she had researched the best answers to give in order to get that diagnosis.
So, so basically...
Yo, what?
Yeah.
She was flipping the work, bro.
Yeah, really.
It's crazy.
They need to make this into like a series. Like the way they did the People versus OJ.
People versus Amber, yeah.
Because,
damn.
bro, like her. So the way it's supposed to go is that they were supposed to do a cross-examination of Amber Heard first, then speak to the witnesses or the people that she's called in for the witnesses, and then make the final conclusion, and then boom, jury then goes and decides who's right, who's wrong, blah blah blah. Instead, what they did was they invited the therapist first, the forensics therapist, and the forensics therapist is there to look at both Johnny Depp and Amber Heard.
Is this the white lady that went to Johnny Depp's house? Or was that a different one?
No, it's
okay, cool.
And yeah, man, like you could hear everything Like she was spinning words. She was a wordsmith.
She's talking
I
West,
applauded
man,
her.
continually.
No, she wasn't talking West.
No, I'm talking about Amber Heard is.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah. No, she was wonderful. Like she was a wordsmith for words.
When was this? When she was being interrogated or
when she gave her testimony, and then they did a cross examination of her, and then boom. So there's this. So we'll go and ask questions first, and then Johnny Depp's solicitor will go and ask questions. And basically, she was using pronouns of like, women or her would be abused, and he would do the abusing. But she wouldn't actually specifically say Amber Heard or Johnny Depp. And like the way it was done, like I'm just saying this is better than the NBA. I'm not lying.
I'm just saying it's better than playoffs.
It was techie. I was just like, yo, they're really doing this stuff. So that's why I said I really want to see Amber Heard's feet.
I hear that. I mean, even some of the stuff that I've seen on TikTok of what she's on.
I do appreciate nice feet.
I appreciate nice feet as well, but I'm not really like the
it's not the be all and end all for me.
Dude.
Some people are like, this is it. It's do or die, you know? It's when she said, so I walked up to him, I stared him in his face, and then he slapped me, and then I turned around and I said, Johnny, you just hit me. Like, that's just not how a human being would operate. If someone slapped you and you turn around and you're now facing them, how are you going to face away from him and then say, like, you just hit me? Do you know what I mean? And there's just a lot of...
There was so many plot holes. She was basically saying, oh yeah, when I was with Johnny, you know, he had me on my back, you know, then I was crying on my chest. And I'm like... Oh, sorry, he put my back on the table. It was really uncomfortable, and it was hitting me, it was slamming me. Then my chest was getting uncomfortable because my chest was on the table. And it's like, so how did your chest and your back end up on the table within the same second? Then she'll go back to her back, and it'd be like, right, someone's chatting rubbish. Yeah, and the whilst you're talking will be
for real. I think this story lies somewhere in between. I think.
Yeah. Yes and no, because she has history of domestic violence.
Oh, really?
With other individuals.
I swear.
With her partners.
Man.
And he hasn't had any.
Man.
I don't think it's out of thin air. I'm not saying I just don't think Johnny's perfect. I just can't.
No, I don't think it's perfect because, you know, once he cut his finger, he dipped it in paint, started graffitiing on all the walls and everywhere.
But that's what I'm saying. I think.
But whilst his finger's bleeding.
I think he's done some things as well. I don't know to what extent. I don't want to put something on his name, but I think there isn't any smoke without fire. But it can be comparable to the scale that it might not have been to what Amber was doing, because Amber just looks like a horrible person. But I just can't, because this case is really interesting. The way it's been memeified has been really interesting to watch on Instagram and see how it's playing out. Yeah, it's
just kind of peak, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy. At the end of the day, this is a domestic violence case, and you know,
yeah, absolutely.
These are criminal charges. At least they should be. I think this is more
domestic violence criminal.
Yeah, if someone gets hurt,
if they find evidence.
Oh, but I had no idea.
Yeah.
I assumed it would be.
But this is a civil case. It's not.
Yeah, but Johnny's just trying to clear his name in this case, trying to just say, look.
And he's doing a wonderful job of it.
Yeah,
well, him and his team are doing a wonderful job.
Either way, I think the public perception has changed. Like,
I tried to watch Aquaman on Netflix. It didn't come up. Yeah. they got rid of it. They were like, you know what?
Well, they're even trying to see how they can get rid of Amber Heard from Aquaman 2. Apparently, she only has 10 minutes of screen time because they're already worried about this. But now you look like what it's done for Johnny's career. It's revived it. Let's be honest.
I didn't even know they shot Aquaman 2. Well, yeah.
They announced it. They announced it with The Flash. They announced it with Black Adam.
If you want to know someone that's running around like their pack, it's Ezra Miller.
Why is he fighting everybody?
He's ruining Hawaii.
Why is he fighting everybody?
I don't know.
Why is he running around like he Park?
I've never seen it I've never seen someone run around this much. And the thing is,
he in the Flash.
My name is Barry Allen, and I'm the fastest man alive.
That's crazy.
PS2 graphics, bro.
For real. Great show though. Season 1 to 2. But I think it's just so interesting to see Ezra Miller and the state he's in. Because they keep arresting him and then taking him to jail and then releasing him.
And he goes back.
Yeah, and he goes back on
We're not
crud.
seeing that Flash movie. It's not going to come out.
No,
they're going to have to.
They
do
wasted
something
everyone's
about
time. Either that or they're just going to have to try and promote it without him. But that's going to be hard to promote a film without your lead actor.
that. Speaking of movies, shall we get into Doctor Strange?
That demonic piece of trash.
And the
Did you walk
Multiverse
out?
of madness?
Oh.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, yeah.
Was
Sometimes I like to, and this is a good callback to a conversation we had, yeah, where we're talking about films that like things are happening and it's just bad. That movie, if I'm gonna be objective, it wasn't actually a good movie.
It's not.
But I really enjoyed it. Does that make any sense? Like, it wasn't good. Like, I can see obvious things about this movie that are not good.
Yeah.
And Sam Raimi is just basically being Sam Raimi, right?
Yeah.
But the movie itself, by the end of it, I felt thoroughly entertained because I was like, what the fuck did I just watch? Especially the third act. The third act, I was like, I have no idea what's going on.
I can see why you took that.
That's my takeaway from the movie.
Yeah, that's what I can see why that's your takeaway, and I hear it. That, my God.
What did you
the
not
more
like
time
about
I have to sit with it, the more I don't like it.
What didn't you like?
I just think it's in certain places its biggest issue is that there's clearly, so the original version was 2 hours and 43 minutes. There's clearly 40 minutes missing somewhere.
Right,
There's
okay.
mad story plots that I'm just a bit like, flesh out America more, because it's just this girl
America
running
Chavez.
around the universe with Doctor Strange. Wanda, it's a bit like, it is calmed down a bit. Like, what? It's kids. I'm sorry, and they weren't real. You fabricated them. So why are you so vexed? Chill out. It's just, I think the cameos, everything that happened. Spoiler alert. We don't. Everything with the Illuminati, dumb.
Did you
Like,
not like that scene?
Nah.
I thought that was hard, man.
I thought
Yeah, same.
I thought that was hard.
I thought it was a waste of their time.
I thought that was
You
mad.
really called people in for a no.
As in the
And then they had
Go on.
I don't know his name. The guy with the fork in his head. I watched the series.
Black Bolt, is it?
Yes.
Bolt. Yeah.
Yeah. From Inhumans.
Yes, Inhumans. And to be honest, I don't know if the Illuminati is of that universe. However, I just feel like, yeah.
I like the fight. I just like to see Wanda flex.
They got
Yeah.
cooked, man.
I like that whole segment.
Yeah.
She absolutely. I liked Wanda, man. I thought Wanda was great. I think
Oh,
she was
yeah, Wanda
probably
is a character.
arguably the best
He can
aspect
destroy you
of the
with his
movie.
mouth. What mouth?
Yeah, he was done for giving up that.
Listen, if Elizabeth, if she was whispering in my ear the way she was whispering in my man's ear, listen,
Run.
the whole kingdom's going down. I'm sorry, guys.
The whole kingdom's going
she
down.
was looking fantastic in that movie, bro.
Oh my God.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man.
Elizabeth Olsen was getting busy.
She was getting big. Lizzie, listen,
But
come on the show.
she's
Ring
the
my
Scarlet
line.
Witch in, I think, in every single universe. Or she just has powers of the
She
Scarlet Witch.
just has powers.
She just has powers, but in this one, she is the actual Scarlet Witch.
Yes, yes.
She was flexing, boy.
But then
Oh.
she's
But I
destroyed.
like that. I
They
mean,
fully
I didn't like what
showcased
she was
how-
fighting for, but no one can touch her. She's the most powerful thing in the MCU.
She was moving.
I'm not trying to beef her.
brazy. She was moving absolutely brazy. When she pulled up to that temple,
When she went
Curtains.
through the mirrors and they said, "Yo, what do we do now?"
it's
Like they were visibly shook.
Mm.
And that was the elements that I liked. The horror elements that they lent into, that was so much fun.
It was a very graphic movie. I didn't think
Yeah.
this is by far the most graphic MCU movie.
When they popped his head and Homeboy turned into spaghetti and then his head popped.
Yeah.
Brazy.
Had Captain Britain or Captain Carter
Cut in half.
sawn
Yeah.
off.
Sort of. the Doctor Strange variant landing on that spike. I was like, what? Like, is this a kids movie or what? What's going on?
Nah, it was too much. And then what going for even Maria Rambeau or
Yeah.
the Black she
Yeah.
got cooked.
Got put in
How?
the cliff. I mean, the
Nah.
thing I hated the most, I didn't even hate, I just said, what the hell is going on? Why the hell was Doctor Strange having a versus with himself, man?
I kind of like that. I thought it was clever.
I thought you'd hate it.
I'll put that in the group chat.
So
I
what
was
is
like,
this?
bro, it's wild.
They're fighting with music?
Yeah.
At least fight with some hard songs.
The
man.
Book of
Let's
Ashanti.
Fight with the Book of that's the name of the episode. The Book of Ashanti, not Ashanti.
Ashanti. Yeah, Ashanti.
The Book of Ashanti.
For real, man. Because I was a bit
Oh,
baffled.
baby.
You know, I got a baby watching me.
Like, he really went and did the whole verses. And I'm like, really?
Why was that like?
They were going back
It
to
was.
back.
Do you know what? It was. It was just like a cover of Lethal Weapon. Listen,
I was sat in the cinema flabbergasted. I was like, what the hell?
I enjoyed.
Who said this was okay?
Yeah.
I enjoyed it because of how stupid it was. Like, it was really out of the box. Did they land? Probably not to most
Probably
people.
not, but it was
enjoyed-
creative.
Yeah,
It was
You can
very
appreciate it was
creative.
creative, but it
Yeah.
was like, wagwan, bro. Like, nah.
Like, how you lose into notes? No, not UK notes. Just
Just notes.
Just notes.
Man, yeah. The movie is not a great MCU movie, but I just Sam Raimi movies are always crazy like that, man.
I think that, you know what?
And then what pissed me off as well was that
Go on.
America Chavez was she just stopped when Doctor Strange was beefing anybody. It was like, just run. If you just run, then you might just have a chance of surviving.
That
If
girl
you
is
won't
powerful.
stop-
she's powerful, but it was silly that it took Doctor Strange from another universe to get a variant of himself, like a zombie variant of himself, to tell her to believe herself in order for it to win. Like, when you look at it like that, that's just shit, right?
They went 666 in that film though with the
Yo, let's talk about that.
with the spells and
Witchcraft,
shit.
man.
I'm not one of those guys who are easily like put off by that type of shit. I typically don't care, but after watching that movie, I genuinely felt like, yo, I need to go home and pray, because that was some.
Satanic.
They were whipping and flipping the
film.
work in that
For
movie,
real.
bro. I was like, what the hell is
What
this?
made it worse was the fact that so he used the Darkhold book here to go and possess a dead version of himself to revive him, who was rotten, and then because he broke the one rule he can't break, he then turns like the demons of whatever realm will come and say, you broke the rule, we're now coming to get you, and they both come and get both Doctor Strangers,
That was a
the one
phenomenal
that's alive
shot.
and the
though.
one that was dead.
Which shot?
The one where they're all chat like he's got all them things around him, and then he's like this.
That. Yeah. It
nah,
was well. It was.
And
It was a
then
it was
as-
a good looking movie.
as he's going through that, the lady with no powers, not trying to make her like look small or anything. Just like, yeah, but you're like the master
What is
wizard.
his goal?
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah.
You're the master wizard. So I mean, you could beat this, innit? That's when he wakes up and says, right, let me possess these demonic spirits in my dead self to win. It's like,
Come on, bro.
that's demonic.
It just doesn't sound like a good idea.
It-
If I'm dead, leave that one alone. Leave that version.
Allow
Because
me.
there's something else. Do you know what? I mean, his love life is
you see
abysmal.
what you're saying? Possess something else already, bruv.
But he has no choice. He's still got to save the. He's not even saving the world. He's saving the multiverse. And you
He's
can't let.
saving the girl, not Multiverse.
You can't let Wanda go around like that, man. That she is the queen of walking around like she's packed.
She is really that. She's really that guy.
She'll do anything just for kids that weren't real. That's insanity. If you're riding and dying that much for kids that didn't exist, the only thing that stopped you is because they saw you in your true form. Come on.
I guess our whole thing is that they do exist in other universes.
Yeah.
But,
Let
you know,
them, man.
She learned a lesson at the end. You know, the other version was like, yo, relax, man. Chill.
Where was Viz? Viz just watching.
Vision's deadbeat dad.
Viz is dead.
Rashawn.
And deadbeat dad. He's coming back in Michael Jackson.
Wait, what?
Because he was
he's
red
white.
first and then he came back white, innit?
It's black. It's white. Do you know what I thought for a long time? I thought Michael Jackson made that song to justify his skin.
You're an idiot. I understand that logic. That's so funny, man.
I was like, you know what? You go.
Where
Macaulay Culkin in the video and everything.
are we ranking this?
This is
CG-wise?
bottom tier.
It's the bottom tier, yeah.
I mean, no, because I had fun. I left the cinema having more fun than I fucking did with Ant-Man and the Wasp. So, like, it's not or Thor: The Dark World, but
Probably mid tier for me.
yeah, maybe it's bottom mid.
Mediocre. It's meaty.
I am disappointed that we didn't get to see more multiverse stuff.
That's what I thought they were going to
Yeah.
lend into.
We only
Do you know
saw
what?
one other
It's one of them
universe.
films that it could have been really bad, but if they'd really lent into the multiverse stuff, I think people would have come away having had more fun.
And another thing as well, yeah, that's how you're killing Xavier. Like, do you know who Xavier is? Like,
I hear you.
Yeah.
from our childhood, and then this is how you kill him.
I hear you. It's
Huh?
a bit of a.
But do you know what? The impression I get from this multiverse is them man haven't had to work hard, so it just seemed like it seems like they made light work of killing Thanos in their universe.
in this universe you're talking
Yeah.
about, the 8-something universe. Yeah, no, you're right.
So I think they're a lot more lax because they think they can solve everything. You saw how they behaved.
Yeah, yeah.
Strange was like, "Yo, this girl ain't
She's
nothing to
pulling up.
play with,"
Yeah.
and they said we can handle the little witch. What are you talking about?
We'll go
Like
smoke.
she's on crud.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I smoke. Xavier. Ooh, I smoke. Black
Read.
Bob. She smoked them all, bro. It's
For
crazy.
real.
Yeah. But then if a Fantastic Four exists in that universe, then it's most likely to exist in this universe, especially with Xavier. I don't know how they're going to blend everything in,
Yeah.
but they've done a wonderful job to say that these things...
These characters exist. The
Yeah.
X-Men are somewhere. There's the Fantastic Four somewhere. You know, I would like to see Peggy Carter again. I thought she was one of the best things about What If.
Yeah.
So
That
if
was
they
good,
can make
yeah.
it work, bring her back. Yeah, I never need to see Black Bolt again in my life.
No, he's important, man.
Well, it depends how important to the story he is. We'll see.
They can blend him in. However, it's just... Did you watch the series Inhumans?
I actually haven't seen it.
I don't know how you got a girlfriend in that. Like what? No, he can't talk to anyone.
No, because basically they live on the moon and they thrive through classism.
Yeah.
So if you have good powers, then
you join the royal family.
yeah,
Okay.
and then if you have dead powers, then basically you're going to be working on
In the mines.
Yeah, in the mines.
Right, I see.
So then, like, there's this whole civilization.
But I don't know how true to the story because the show apparently is terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
I
it's
don't
How,
not
did they only
really
have
good.
one season?
Yeah, one season.
Yeah, there wasn't
man.
any more than
Yeah,
that.
there wasn't.
Nah, man.
But the fact that they brought him back, I was happy to see it. However, I thought there would have been more defiant, memorable characters that at least can carry on the Illuminati.
Yeah. I just think we all seem to be on the same boat. We all expected more.
Yeah, I was still entertained, but you're right. It's
they-
not.
They didn't do enough of it because the whole idea of the multiverse is you can do as much as you want, different versions of different characters. It would have been so cool. I think there was a lot of missed opportunities. They said at one point Deadpool was supposed to be in it. They looked at doing Superior Iron Man. There was
I heard about that, man.
there was so much that they could have done that they
Yeah. But I love the fact that, I think I said this on another group chat, but basically I love the fact that they kept those characters. They didn't change the actor for that character. They just kept them the same. So, if there was an Iron Man, I didn't want to see Tom Cruise because otherwise now the multiverse doesn't really make sense the way it's
I hear
supposed to
it.
make sense.
So it'd have to be RDJ, but in another iteration or for
Exactly.
whatever.
Okay,
Yeah, I
I'm
hear what you're
following
saying.
you. Yeah.
But that is how. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. But I mean, I think it was a missed opportunity to not have more people in it.
And I kind of feel like the plot was slightly a bit small scale for something as big as
Yeah,
a
that's what I
multiverse.
thought it was meant to be.
You know what I
Like,
mean?
this is an Avengers level event. Like, yo, multiverse of madness. This shit's about to go off.
But it's really just about
This is just Phase 4 in general, man.
Scarlet
There is
Witch
no.
chasing.
It just
Yeah,
feels very
Chavez.
directionless at the moment.
Yeah.
And I think that's really making it's making it not hard to enjoy these films. Like, but like, where are we going?
we kind of predicted this though, no?
No,
said this
we
on the
did,
show,
and
we were
we
like,
knew-
it's
we was
probably
like-
going to go there after this. Like, it's.
I don't mind the sometimes throw shit at the wall and see what sticks, but a lot of this ain't sticking.
But it's still making money and it's still
No,
successful.
I know,
so
but
it's-
after a while, you might get to a point where people start asking questions. Okay, this isn't making. Because if it stops making money, then what?
So let's evaluate what's come out so far. So we've had in this new phase, we had
Black Widow dud.
Black Widow, Eternals, Spider-Man was great.
Yeah.
This was meaty. And what's
Shang-Chi,
next?
feel how you feel about
Shang-Chi, I thought it was good. I think
I
the
thought
general
it was good.
consensus was it was good.
Yeah.
that?
And then next is
TV shows.
the TV shows. I'm not really too bothered about. Personally.
So what? We're just speaking on movies.
Let's talk about the movie.
Then
That's
it's
where the
bad.
bread and
So
butter is.
that looks bad. We can only say there's one great film in this phase so far.
The next 2 films are going to tell us a lot about what's going on. The
So-
next 4 and the next Black Panther will tell us a lot. If those 2 don't bang,
It's big. Yo, get
might
back
be
to
in
the drawing
trouble.
board.
I
Yeah,
still
you
don't
niggas in
know-
trouble.
You know what? I don't know what's going on with 4. Like I don't know what the storyline is, so it gives me a bit of actually no.
I'm gonna try. Do you know what I'm gonna start doing now as well? I'm gonna stop
Doesn't.
like trying to find out as much as I can, or not. No,
yeah,
And
100%.
I'm just gonna enjoy these films now. And just
100%.
try and go in as blind as possible. Because I think my
Yeah,
expectation, part of the reason why I didn't enjoy this film as much as I could have was because where my expectations
were too high. Yeah.
If I had gone in and just known as little about what could happen, and I would have been shocked. Like, oh my god, like they managed to fit that in. Do you know what I mean? That would have raised my liking of the film.
That's probably why I enjoyed it, because I'd only seen the trailers and I'd seen speculation here and there, but I try my best not to really involve myself that much anymore. And that being the result, I actually enjoyed it more than I thought I would. As you know, even though the movie wasn't great.
But I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I don't want John Krasinski to play Mr. Fantastic going forward. It was a nice little nod to the people who have wanted that for years. He got to do it, but
We don't
he's
wanna
not. He's
see it
not the
again.
guy. I ain't
Fair
trying to see that.
I think he could be the guy.
Nah, he's not, man. Reed Richards in the comics is an absolute dickhead. This guy is like, and that's a good thing. Be a nice person. He's a nice person in real life, and he's a nice person in all the TV shows he plays. He was actually supposed to be Captain America. It was either him or Chris Evans.
They did the right thing by picking Chris Evans. I don't see him as Captain America.
But he's got that friendly.
He's got it, but
Anyway,
You
he's
never
not
know.
Reed Richards.
Fair
And
enough.
I'll leave it there.
Nah, they're gonna make him Reed Richards.
I mean,
and the
it's-
new Fantastic Four is gonna be Reed Richards.
I hope not. There's
So-
still time to change your mind, Marvel.
so we're calling it Doctor Strange Multiverse of Media.
Yes, sir.
Fair
That's the
enough.
name of the episode. Oh, that is embarrassing.
Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale,
Fool Kenny.
and the Big Steppers.
Wait, hold on. Not Book of Ashanti.
We're gonna call it Book of Ashanti.
Oh, sorry, I'm just saying stuff at this point now.
Kendrick Lamar's album, man.
Mr. Morale. and
How
Big
do we go
Steppers.
about this? Because there's so much to talk about with this
Way
album.
too much to talk about.
I have so much to say.
Shout out to Knucks. We really enjoyed your album, but let's just talk about.
We'll get
Kendrick.
into Knucks afterwards, because I enjoyed
there
this
is time.
project as well. But this Kendrick Lamar album is like, where do we begin? I want to get the feel of the room. How did you guys feel about the album?
You say it. Say it.
I ain't saying
say
nothing.
it,
I
say
can't
it,
go first. I
say
actually
it.
cannot go
Nah,
first.
say it.
I can't
say
go
it.
first. You know what it
Nah,
is?
your chest.
Mr. Morale and the Big Mid. That's what he wants to say.
Say it.
This nigga was rapping at me. I had no time to breathe. There's one song, yeah. I think Mother, I'm Sober.
Okay.
And it's literally like,
that song is
It's 6. I think he's rapping for 6 minutes, and it's like me talking to you and going like, "I went to the shops. The shops is good. You like the shops as well. I went to the shops with you. Do you know the shop? You know the shop I went to. That's what I felt like. I was like, bro, breathe on so many tracks. Oh man,
Didn't enjoy it.
not that I didn't enjoy it. I just,
Hey.
nah, no. This is.
hate
Do you know what I'm trying? I'm trying to. It's off the first listen.
Oh, you got to listen to it once?
Yeah,
Oh,
so
fair enough.
that's why
right.
I'm being as honest as I can, and our job is to give our first reaction.
Yeah.
So I didn't have time yesterday to listen to it, so I'm coming in off of my first reaction, which I had on the train.
Fair enough.
It's good, and I think I have to get out there. I will never deny that man's lyrical miracle ability, his flows, his pockets that he can get into. I just feel like I remember listening to Good Kid, Mad City for the first time and thinking, whoa, you know, what is this? And obviously everyone, you have your whole life to make your first album, and he's gone on to do great things still. I just don't think that this just felt like very, I don't know how to explain how I
It
felt.
was too conceptual.
Maybe it was too conceptual. He had a lot of ideas that he wanted to get off.
It's like a.
What is the
it's-
one theme of the album?
It's about him, bro.
It's about him.
You clock it. You know why it's probably bad to ask you, because you're listening to it once. And when I listened to it once, I felt the same way you felt. But I've listened to it a few times now, and I have a few thoughts about it. And the one thing I can take about it away from it, the theme is by far his most personal album.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
everyone loves Good Kid, Mad City because it's so personal. It's about his story and content. Nah, this album is literally about. This is like an exorcism of himself.
Yeah.
And when you deep some of the stuff he gets into,
No, and I like those moments on the album.
Yeah.
I think Auntie's
Diaries.
Yeah, great.
What's it? Worldwide Steppers.
Worldwide Steppers.
What other songs does he get into himself? There's another song where he gets into. Bro, I could spend an hour talking about this album. Like,
and then even
I have to look at
even Baby Keem basically saying the 1st and the 15th are our religion. Like, do you know how that's a bar? Like, that is a bar, because at that point you can understand what that means. The 1st and the 15th.
Yeah.
When you get paid, you have to pay your bills on the 1st.
Yep.
If it's not the 1st, then it has to be the 15th.
Yep.
And that's the only time you are committed to something on a proper level.
It's I think the camera might have turned off.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
But yeah, no, the album, like, for example, the 6-minute track you're talking about, him talking about, like, essentially, like, basically abuse in, like, the black communities. How he said when he was a child that everybody thought he was abused by his cousin, I think. And when they asked him, he said he hadn't been, but everyone thought that, but everybody thought he had, even though he actually hadn't. Yeah. And as the song goes on, he realizes his mum was so on him about it because she had been abused as well. Hence, completing the cycle of that. And, like, it's just, I can't really explain it. And, like, even, like, the last song, Mirror, like, I feel like he's got to a point in his career, and you can tell by the music and him saying, like, I'm more Kodak Black than pro-black. He's at a point now where he's like, listen, you man need to stop putting me on this pedestal thing. Because at the end of the day, I'm just me, man. Like,
I'm just a human being.
People, after him putting out something like, you know, To Pimp a Butterfly, people put him as, they made him the savior. And if you hear the song on Savior, he's saying, listen, J. Cole made this song, but he's not your savior. He's basically saying, like, you know, like, I have to save myself. And if you listen to this album, it's like, it's basically therapy. He's talking to a therapist, especially on the Mr. Morale side. You can really hear, like, the back and forth with the therapist and all that stuff. I think this album, it's not his best album for me, personally. Yeah. But this man has never dropped a bad project.
Yeah, no way.
Like, this is it's still so high above it. He's a victim of his own success. Like, his stuff is still so good that even for me, this may be like an 8.5 or 8 out of 10 right now, which might change. I still think this album's gonna grow on me. Yeah. But I just still feel like it's maybe not necessarily as high up as, like, maybe as a Good Kid or To Pimp a Butterfly, but not for the same reasons why everybody else would say that. Yeah. I just think it's such a personal album that you can't really ever really enjoy something.
I want to be as clear as I can. I don't think it's a bad project by any stretch of the imagination. I just think I also just know where I've been on the planet for 27 years. It's mid. What I didn't even say that, but, like, I just know what music is gonna resonate with me.
So I would say Damn is for you.
Definitely. Yeah, absolutely. I enjoy Damn a lot more than I did with this. Yeah. But I know that about myself. Like, he's trying to get a lot off here, and I think I use music as a way of escape. And
this is not escape.
Yeah, there's so many realities, and he's really having conversations that need to be had. Like, and, you know, I'm pleased that he is.
He's exercised some demons on this album, man.
Yeah, for real.
I didn't think he'd get to this point where he'd be able to still deliver. Like, he's the only rapper that hasn't put out a bad project, man. No, 100%. And I've been saying this, and for a long time for me, it's always been Ye. Up until the point we spoke about. But him, like, some of the stuff he was saying, like, even on the first song, so United in Grief, yeah. Some of the stuff he was saying on there is very mad. Like, he was just obviously out here just fucking, bruv. After the first album, that's how he's basically trying to grieve.
Yeah, my man was in Copenhagen.
Do you know what I'm saying? And what's it? Worldwide Steppers. Let's get into that song. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He's talking about the first time he had sex with a white woman, right? Very mad because he's saying we're all killers, and he was saying that he asked his wife, like, I might have a problem, like, I think I'm racist, because he's basically hate fucking. Yeah. And, like, he was saying, like, the girl that I fucked when I was 16, so the white woman he had sex with when he was 16, her dad was a sheriff, and that sheriff locked away his uncle. So now she's paying for his sins. It's the way he says it. I messaged you, didn't I?
Yeah,
I was like, what? Like, when you heard back this Worldwide Stepper song, and you hear what he's saying, it's like, fuck, like, what the hell is wrong with you, bro? There's so many bars on this album where I'm like, what the hell is wrong with you, bro?
Yeah.
Do you know what?
He's
really
going through it on this album, bro.
How are you letting people into your mind that much?
Crazy. He's getting
My man said he
shit
got COVID, and then it was like, yo, Kyrie, what are you doing?
No, you know what? That was a bar, because the thing is, I understand where people are coming with, like, with the COVID talk here. Because me, I never said that COVID is fake. Yeah, I just said that COVID, I don't have to take the jab. Yeah, that's what I was on. Yeah, because I had COVID first time March 2020. Cool. Yeah, I'm still here. I'm still alive. Some people aren't. Yeah, rest in peace to them. Condolences to the families and them and there. But what I'm trying to say is this: it's the way he said it. He said that church preachers were saying that this was the mark of the beast, and I've been in group chats where they were saying, "Don't take this because it has the mark of the beast chip. The 5G is this, and that." I'm like, no, this is an actual disease. Cool. Then the preacher gets it. Then he's trying to get the Pfizer jab,
And he's praying that it works.
and he's praying that it works.
yeah.
That's funny.
The bars are good, and he's
Then
man.
then he gets COVID. He's out for 2 weeks, and he's looking at Kyrie like, "Are you all right, bruv?"
Yes.
But to each his own, innit? To each his own. But do you know what? That bar had clarification, and it just made sense
And
to
it made
everybody.
sense.
To everybody.
Some of the stuff he's saying on there, man. Father Time, bro. That's
Sam
one of his
got
best
busy as
songs,
well.
man.
Yeah.
That's one of the best songs in this album, Father Time. And Sanford's a cheat code. You're right.
Yeah.
Sanford's every time you hear Sanford on a rapper's song, it's a cheat code, bro. Some of the bars he's getting off, and it's true, man. We're all traumatized by our fathers, whether we like it or not, in our lives or not. That's just a fact. And some of the bars he was getting off, like talking about even the Drake and the Kanye thing, them two reconciling. It's just showing that, listen, bro, he still has issues. Like, he obviously don't rate that. Because he clearly still has issues with Drake. And whether it's good or bad, he's saying it is what it is. Like, I have some growing up to do. I've got to check my ego.
I feel like sometimes the word trauma is just loosely used now because of the awareness of mental health, which is great. However, the use of trauma. Sometimes I just think the word might just be thrown at in the conversation because it fits best. When I don't think it's necessarily trauma, but I understand where he's coming from though. So like when he's saying, "I'm seeing that happen," maybe I need to mature more, or maybe that's just my character and I just don't believe that.
Oh, as in relation to the Drake and Kendrick.
To the Drake and
Kendrick. Okay, yeah, I'm following you. Yeah, you're probably right. That's just ego talk.
Yeah,
I think he could easily sit around. Like, what would they even be beefing about in 2022? Nobody knows.
No, yeah.
But even on even when it was featured on Baby Keem's track, Family Ties, Kanye changed his life, but me, I'm still
old school Gemini. Let me jump
So-
on this bitch. There's a couple shots on this album, you know. There's a shot at No Name on what song was it? I was listening to it on the way here. On Mr. Morale, the song Mr. Morale. There's shots on against No Name because she was saying about, you know, when the Black Lives Matter thing was kicking off, like where's Kendrick Lamar? Or he might have been on Savior, one of those songs. But he was like, listen, all you lot with your fake shit where you're blacking out all your screens and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
I've been like, and you man are calling for me to come out where I'm chilling in silence. Like, I've done my job and you might want to call me again.
Yeah.
So there's that shot and obviously the Drake shot. I don't even know if it's a shot the Father Time.
It's not
one.
as
It's more like I have a problem here. Clearly, like I have it. I have an ego here. I have issues.
No,
here.
I'm moving forward, innit?
I think
I'm addressing it.
I'm addressing it and I'm moving forward. However, I'm not ready there. I'm not there yet.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to shake your hand and then everything's all forgiven. Let me just process this a bit more so I know what I'm doing first.
What the fuck did Drake do to this man?
But maybe it's also competition and the fact that they are more or less 1A, 1B or whoever you want to say is first.
Yeah.
You still don't want to make your op get that cozy with you, whether there's a problem or not. I think that's probably more his thing. It's more ego competition type thing. I don't think it's really anything that serious.
Yeah, it's not tiny deep.
We cried together. Can we
Fuck
talk?
you.
Can we talk about this song?
Do you know what's
please?
mad? Yeah. Shouts to Binner, but basically this was a
Bloody
group
hell.
chat.
Yeah.
And then Toby said, "Oh, what you like people screaming at each other?" Because he listened to the album 3 times.
Bro, what was that track?
It was beautiful.
Could you imagine Alchemist hearing it back? Like, what did you do with my beat? Yo.
Yeah.
If you have a relationship like that, or you can relate to that song, please break up.
Just leave, man.
Just leave the people then, man. What?
I can't believe it when I first heard it. I was like, what the hell is this?
That is a real argument. They are going back and forth.
One of the most uncomfortable songs I've ever listened to.
Like, I felt like I was
I
in
hear
the
it
room.
though. I understand it.
You ever been in a room?
Never
and
been in it,
couple's
but I
arguing,
understand
you're just there like, no, what the fuck's happening?
You're just there, just like,
Hey, yo, these men are crazy.
I beg this ends, please.
you know when beef is just about to escalate. And you're just there like,
Yo, do I step in? Like,
Just gotta let them
hey, yo,
cook.
man,
It's none of my
relax,
business.
relax.
It's none of my business. But the social commentary on the track is fantastic.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, because you can hear it right at the beginning, the narrator's like, this is what the earth is like right now. And that's
Yeah.
basically what it is, man. Men and women going back and forth trying to say who's going through
going for
what
it.
worse,
Yeah.
you know. And at the end of the day, like you say, Demi, sometimes
then-
it's a little bit. It's always going to be somewhere in the middle.
Even in the song, he derails. He digresses in a conversation. It says, "Yeah, this is why R&B bitches don't want to do songs together." This, and like that's a genuine conversation.
Yeah, and it is. He's basically saying you
Yeah.
don't hate each other more than we hate.
And then at the
some of
end
the
of
stuff
it,
on
he
his
says,
album.
"Stop tap dancing around
On
the
the
question."
yeah.
around the conversation. That was an amazing song.
It's a very. It's.
Sorry, Pusha T, but this is rap album of the year,
I mean, I need to listen.
and
to
he
it
ain't
a few
robbed
more
you. I
times.
mean, he deserves it.
I'm
No,
trying
he
to think
got
of what
busy.
else I want to talk about. Like, there's so much on this album, man.
Way too much. Even
There's
like the
so
beat
much on
production,
this
I loved
album.
it. Like
The production's amazing.
you know, United in Grief here, and then you just hear drums.
and he's just flowing off. You're
Yeah,
like,
you just
what
hear
the
drums,
hell?
and you're thinking, "Yo, what's going on?" And he says, "New Mercedes with the black G wagon, the way you front." And I was like, "Bro,
The flow. It's you're
It was
right.
so quick.
Here's the one thing I'm so happy about the most. The thing that makes me happy the most is a lot of the times with our rappers, they get to a point where they might, especially Drake. Sometimes he wants to show it, sometimes he doesn't.
Yeah.
But he'll put out an album and you're like, you can rap, but I don't know if this is touching what you've done before.
Yeah.
Whereas whenever, bro, his rapping ability is still fucking insane.
Yeah,
bro.
you have to want it, man. He's clearly hungry.
It's fucking the intro track. The flows for that G wagon.
Yeah.
thing. Bro, I've never heard anything like that in my life. He's the best rapper. I think he's the best rapper alive, bro. Just off of ability.
Yeah.
Nobody can rap like that. Nobody can rap like. Nobody can ghostwrite for Kendrick Lamar.
No,
Like, what the fuck was that, man?
I mean it's incredible. I think there were definitely
insane.
he's dumb talented. There was so many moments. I just think it is his ability. He used it as an opportunity to show his ability. I don't think that's anything anyone who listens to this album can deny.
Absolutely. It's just I think the problem with this album, and it might be a little bit of an issue it's the same issue that To Pimp has, is that it's quite heavy.
Yeah,
very
I think
heavy.
that's
So
the
you
big
can't
fact.
chuck this on.
It's
That's a fact.
You skate
That's-
in the hose if you play this.
Yeah, that's why you can't really play. That's why, like, damn. A lot of people listen to Damn.
Because
It's
you
just
can
like
play, easy to
instant
play.
classic. It's like, oh, well, okay, cool.
I don't think Damn's a classic. you
No,
know.
but it
I
might
know-
not be
I
a
know what you're trying
classic.
to say.
But
I
however,
know
when
what you're
people
trying to say.
listen to it, they just said
They can
instant
say that.
classic because it
It's
was
easy.
enjoyable. It was easy.
This
it was
is
short.
Give me some.
Yeah.
this is by far his most. This is more difficult to listen to than To Pimp a Butterfly.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's so
I
many.
think that's what it is. Like, there's no. Again, there is no denying his ability and what he's done, and we've already today come up with numerous examples of him being upper echelon. But it just goes back to that: how difficult is it going to be for people to go back to it? But maybe he doesn't really want people to, listen to it a few times to take it from it what you want, and then you go from there. I don't, by any stretch of the imagination, think it's mid. Like, I fully well know what I listen to. I'm just saying, as a listening experience, it wasn't the most pleasurable. But then it's not meant to be. The way I look at it is like, how you watch them Oscar films, and it's an incredible film. What you've seen is great, but I'll probably only watch that maybe once or twice, and I've taken from it what I needed to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, for sure.
That's fair enough.
I can understand because at first, as you said, and even for yourself, it's like
First listen was
first listen was a bit. It was a bit too much.
yeah. I
And
couldn't
then
take
once-
anything away from it the first time I listened to it. I'll be
And
honest
then I was
with
listening to it again. The second time I listened to it, sorry, it was enjoyable. Then the third time it was like, alright, let me listen to the lyrics now. So I can understand where you're coming from. Like he's just rapping from left, right, and center. This, that. Yeah.
This boy was in my ear.
Bro,
Auntie's Diaries. I hear it.
He said, "I'm about to say a gay
we should
slur."
probably talk about that one as well. That is an interesting situation.
My auntie's a man now.
Pussy so
Demetrius is Marianne now.
man's got the same delivery and cadence to me.
Yeah.
He sounds so downbeat as he's saying the lyrics. It's very honest, man.
It's very honest.
Like at the end of the day, it's not a lot of people are gonna come out and say, "Oh, I said the F word all the time when I was a kid." But you know, Kendrick comes. Obviously, I'm not gonna exclude what he's saying is something that
I don't
people
think
should do. But the
yeah.
fact that he's honest enough to put it on record, hey, fair enough, man.
Yeah.
Although, the way the song ends,
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't know
Big
what
facts.
he was on there.
No, Dave Chappelle. That's what it was on. Because Dave Chappelle says exactly the same thing.
I shouldn't even laugh.
Nah,
The ending
crazy.
the ending of the track, I was like,
So a white girl can say the... Nah, come on, man.
A white
That's
girl
what
can
else-
say the word nigga, but I can't say F.
Nah, man.
I don't know if that's what he was getting at though.
That's it. I wasn't
think
getting at it, but it was something to highlight.
But I think he's questioning himself, as in, why am I mad at? I know this sounds crazy, but why am I mad at the fact that she did that? Where I was saying that
Yeah.
about my auntie back then. So it's just more of a. I'm not saying he agrees with what he's saying. I think he's just putting it out there to just to have the conversation, because we have to have the conversation. Obviously, they
But
should
this
say the
time-
word, but
At least there is a place where people can come together and actually sit down and digest the song the way it is. Whereas with Dave Chappelle, he's a comedic actor,
Yeah.
and not a lot of people are kind of receiving the same way because they exactly said the same thing.
Yeah.
However,
It's how you deliver it, though.
white people can say, the N word, they can laugh to the N word, but as soon as they say the F, it's like, well, hold on a second, that can't be said.
I don't
And then
think
he even addressed it like, what community is more important than the other community? Like,
he did say that.
he's not on the same song, but
No, on another song. Yeah.
he's barring.
He's asking questions, bro, but he's having uncomfortable questions. He's making us have uncomfortable conversations,
Yeah,
and that auntie song is exactly that, because he can't. At the end of the day, he's pissed off that he got a white woman on stage and they said the N word, and he's like, no, you shouldn't say that. But at the end of the day,
He
even
did
when
that.
you're a kid,
yeah. Remember the white
she
woman that came out.
and then she was going to sing the lyrics to one of, I think it might be Money Trees or something, or Mad City.
Yeah.
And then he
Where
was
you
like,
from?
why are you saying?
Nigga, fuck where you from?
But it's all
nigga.
good, because that's why I'm saying this album is an exorcism of his character. Because at the end of the day, he is literally stripping himself down. He says he's cheated on his wife. He was being what's the word, homophobic when he was younger. He's gone through loads of shit.
As most of us,
He's just
probably
stripping
was.
himself all the way down. And I think whenever I feel like this man can't give us something more, he manages to find more, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no, I don't know
crazy,
how he
bro.
could top this. That's the thing.
It's
like I don't
crazy.
really want him to top this. I just want him to just go away.
Never
Because
come
at
back.
least at the very end, we know that you've
Honestly.
never missed.
Yeah.
We just know you've never missed. And he hasn't missed. He's never missed.
He's never missed.
He's never missed. Bro, the song Mr. Morale, before we wrap up on this album, the song Mr. Morale,
Yeah.
I'm going to quickly use an example. And the example is Mr. Jack Harlow. Mr. Jack Harlow put out his album, and he has a song by Pharrell on there. The beat is terrible, in my opinion. It just sounds like farts. Just like the drums sound like farts. The beat that he gave to Kendrick Lamar, listen to Mr. Morale again. The song is the best song on the album, and the drums.
Yeah.
It sounds like if Kendrick Lamar made a song off of Jesus. Bro, it's the beat.
I need to listen to it again.
So I'll listen to it on the way here. I almost crashed.
Mr. Morale is the one before.
Beat is so mad.
That's the one before Mirrors, isn't it?
It's the one not before Mirrors, but before Mother I Sober.
Yes.
I have to
It's
give.
the one where it's like and he's just floating off.
To be honest, all the beats are hard. All the beats. This production
He's
is
insane.
He's insane.
high.
It's one of
Yo,
his best.
I need to give
produced albums.
Kodak some flowers. That boy, there's no need to have gone that hard.
Silent Hill.
Yeah.
When I heard the beat, I knew it was for
Yeah.
Kodak. I knew it, and he floated.
For real.
Of course, he floated, man.
AP Roman numerals. I said, you know what? He's not lying. spent a Benz on a Benz. Fair enough.
And it's
Fair
interesting
enough,
the fact
man.
that he's all over the album, but that's where the exorcism of his character comes into play, because at the end of the day, like, Kendrick is this guy who everyone sees as this woke don, but Kodak is the exact opposite. But
Yes.
he probably looks at himself and say, no, I actually kind of like,
probably
I see a
more-
lot of myself in you
Yeah.
than what people see me to be.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's that thing,
Oh, man.
the contrast thing, whereby people who are extreme left and extreme right actually probably have more in common than someone who's just in the middle, and that's probably how you view Kendrick as, you know, the super woke guy, and then Kodak
It's
as
just
the
ignorant.
rebel. But they probably have
they-
a lot more in common.
That's
100% they have a lot
right
more in
there,
common.
because people are extreme right and people are extreme left.
They have
They have a lot more in common. Yes.
Yes.
Did you say they have a lot more in common than the people in the middle?
yeah.
Oh, my bad.
Oh, what did you think I said?
No, I heard that correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, sorry. I heard it, but I translated it something completely different. I agree with you 1000%. Yeah.
But
Because both extremes.
and they both want the same thing, to bring down the establishment, but phenomenal. Yeah, no, I don't want people to come away from this us having this conversation thinking I didn't think this was a good album, because I'd be insane to think that. It's an incredible body of work.
I was worried at first though, as in like when I heard it the first time.
Yeah,
I was genuinely like, did he miss? I genuinely asked myself. I was gonna go in the chat and be like, "Yo, you man, y'all heard that?" But I've listened since. yeah. I swear to God, maybe it's because it was in the morning. I was on my way to work. It just didn't sit in my it was just too much to deal with. Yeah.
Okay.
But then I listened a few times, and today on the drive here, hearing it again, I'm like, yeah, he hasn't missed, man.
Yeah, nah,
Shout out to
I'm
Keem as well.
I'm really gonna. I think
Sanford as well.
Sampha, man.
Baby Keem could be a personal favorite soon.
Where are you ranking this, man? Where are you putting this?
In what, Kendrick albums?
Yeah, man. I don't know where to put this.
I'll probably say second.
What, really? As in overall? Ooh.
Of all of them, because this one, the reason why I say second, because
I don't know. Where to put
it's
this.
not
I have
it's
no
not
idea.
gonna give me, it's not gonna get me in the mentality where I just need to like go, and when I use this word, I mean it to like go and achieve something. So dominate, like go out there and just dominate and just conquer. So like with Damn, you know, you just hear bars, you hear flows, you hear melodies, like the song God. This one I feel like just vibing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas this one, you have to sit there and think. That's why I say it's second. However, it's top tier. It's always going to be top tier.
Yeah.
This one's top, like number one. But in terms of just vibes, this one is an album for me to just sit there and listen to.
Yeah.
And just
Fully digest.
digest.
Nah, I hear that.
Yeah.
Fair
And
enough,
I respect that as well. I ranked
Needs to
quite.
go to therapy.
Yeah,
I need no
for what it
therapy,
is,
bro.
for his ability and what he does. Like, I enjoyed this more than To Pimp, so
Fair.
already
Yeah.
that's much better for me. But-
Okay. Well.
Yeah,
I struggle to rank his albums so much. I really can't rank his albums, man.
I
don't know where
I
don't know where
cannot
I
rank
put
his
it.
albums, but if there is something, this is always going to be second because of the way a song might make me feel. Whereas this one is to sit here and digest and to really think. And me, I enjoy thinking. However, if I want to just feel something, I'll go to something just to feel. So if I want to feel like vibes, I'll go feel like vibes. If I want to go feel like benching, whatever, I'll go to something that has vibes towards benching. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I struggle to rank it because I feel like all his albums are 9 and above. So it's kind of like you're kind of nitpicking at to why.
Out of 10? Oh, this one's out of 10.
It's hard for me to rank like a 9.2 over a 9.3 in my brain. Genuinely, like it's
no, I hear that.
it's all so good for so many different reasons.
Yes.
I can't ever really pick my favorite. Like sometimes I listened to everything back recently, and I was like, I don't even know if Good Kid, Mad City is my favorite. Not to say not to say it's a bad album. I mean, it's a fucking classic album. But then I was looking at myself react to songs off of Section 80 or songs off of Overly Dedicated, and I'm like, do I even?
Section
It's just all of it, like, you know that picture where what's his name has like all the Grammys, and it's just like that, just all classics. That's him, bro.
Yeah.
That's him, bro. He just never misses, man. He's a fucking one in the generation.
And then even the Heart
Oneness.
Part 5. We haven't spoke about that, but the Heart Part 5.
Floated.
Yeah.
floated. Although it was a bit of a misdirection though, because when you listen to the Heart Part 5 and when you look at what he done in the album, it's not the same thing.
Great deepfakes.
Man was looking like Jussie Smollett.
He was Jussie Smollett.
I said, what?
But it was
Flesh.
great. No, it was great. The way he used the deepfakes to convey his lyrics.
And
Yeah,
the last
very
verse, he
clever.
was rapping like Nip.
Yeah.
So it was amazing.
Like
He's-
that
bro,
was
he's-
truthfully Nip, but the other stuff, like Jussie Smollett, like saying I'm trying to represent for us. It's like, bro, you did a false flag attack on yourself.
False flag.
False flagging.
Who's getting Subway in minus 32 degrees
Yo.
Celsius?
Nah, that's sickening. And people don't bring that up enough. Like, I like Subway, but I'm not. Nah, that's sick.
I like some of the Subway sandwiches.
But what are you doing getting there at 2 a.m.?
He just wanted
Talk.
a foot long.
Hey,
Yo.
pause. No, I'm
You
kidding.
can't really say pause because he.
Shall we talk about Kevin Samuels? Because it kind of links into Atlanta. Have you guys seen the most recent episode of Atlanta?
Nah, I haven't. I'm not up to date.
Oh my days.
I haven't seen it.
I'm not going to speak about it until you guys watch it. It's one of the funniest things. It's the best episode of the show, and it's the funniest thing. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Oh man.
Okay.
All right, say less.
And
man.
and there's a certain guest in the show.
Oh, does he come on?
Yeah,
Serious?
yeah. But it's such a good episode.
Kevin Samuels is on thing.
Please watch it, guys. I'm begging you. I'm dying to talk about it. It's so funny.
Oh,
When-
It's
how many
so
ones
fucking
does they
funny.
have?
Of the season,
Yeah.
one left.
Okay, because I was just gonna binge it because I was not around for.
Episode
Yeah.
9 is when I was watching it with Sophie. Me and her were literally in tears because it was just so fucking stupid, but it's so funny.
That is typical.
Oh, mate.
Okay.
I don't know what the hell they tapped into this season. There's some episodes where it's a bit weird, but the past few episodes have been fantastic. And the most recent one is... We will talk about it when you guys watch it.
Black reality is like quite a fun. I mean, they pull humor out of black reality, which is incredible.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm not obviously seen as much of this season, which I will go back and do. But it's things like the one where the lady says something vaguely racist, and he checks her, and it's over. The comment is done, but it's the white people that are on her neck, and he's like, "Yo, fam, like,
Yeah.
do you know how many times that be happening?"
Darius is chilling and she's getting like chased by like a mob of people. Yeah, that was fucking hilarious, man.
It's insane. Or the black kid who is mid at everything, but it's like, yo, I'm gonna rob this white guy. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
And Ern was like, alright, fair enough. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Yeah, it's a great... this has been a fantastic season, man.
All right, we'll have to jump into that
I'll
then.
binge watch it. But yeah,
It's been
man.
unbelievable.
Even fucking Liam Neeson coming on to repent for his sins.
When he dropped the last 9, I was in tears, bro.
Nah, that's crazy.
The best thing about being white is whether you learn or not, it doesn't matter. And is he wrong? He's right.
He's not wrong.
In the context of how he said it,
I mean, he's fine. He's still gone on to have a career.
I
I'm gonna
just
watch
thought it
them
was great.
Taken films. So
like, yo,
Nah,
between me and you, yo, them takers is fine though.
Genre right there, man.
I was killing me.
Everything is just taken.
Tucken.
How do you feel about Kevin Samuels passing away though?
Is it confirmed?
Yeah, it's confirmed. It's
Okay,
confirmed.
okay.
He's dead.
That's
But
your man's,
rest
right?
in
Rest in
peace.
peace, of course, obviously. We'll just
No,
say
man.
that.
Listen, listen. Okay, there's certain information I was privy to years before Kevin Samuels. Yeah, in just a man having purpose before he goes out and gets wife. This, and that. And some things of like today's society in terms of like what women want, because women are now becoming more vocal. They're in places where their voice can be heard. So Kevin Samuels was an individual who just wanted to call it out and say, some of the stuff that you're talking about makes sense to a certain degree. However, this is the reality, and this is how we're supposed to do certain things.
Why do girls not like him at all?
He said some stupid shit.
I was okay.
Don't get me wrong.
We'll get to
Eman's
it.
right, but
Yeah.
there is also on top of that some clips where you're like, you're on your own, my
What
boy.
fresh and like as bad as fresh and fit?
No. Fresh and
Not
Fit.
like that, but
Okay,
just
so let's say Kevin
dumb
Samuels
shit.
is centre right. Fresh and Fit is far right. Just,
Okay, got
just
you.
out there
Yeah,
on their ones.
on the ones.
Cool. So Kevin Samuels, he's his first set of content was how to dress, smell better for men. Basically, that's how he started. Then his content was like, okay, let's go out there and help these young men into becoming the best versions of themselves. It's very comedic. Yeah. However, it was like this is exactly how you're supposed to be the best version of yourself. Go out there, go work 2 jobs to stay on top, be on your purpose, be on your path, because once you get this wife, she's going to require X, Y, and Z that you have to provide for. And if you're not going to do that, then boy. So this is the foundation of it. Then he went to the women's side of what a woman is to a man in terms of husband and wife, what you're required to do, and what you would want in life. Like, so for example, if you're a woman and you have 2 or 3 kids, would you want to work to supply the financial needs for the family, or would you want the husband to do so? No, they were like, I would want this, so I would want that, and that's how we gauge the conversation.
Yeah. Because from what I saw, obviously there's obviously these clips that must be a lot worse. So, but I always, to me, he was always making sense. But I've obviously never seen those clips where they feel like he was degrading women.
Yeah, I mean, there's some like, I don't know. It's multi-layered for me personally.
He tells the truth.
Is it the way he tells the truth that they don't like?
He tells the truth first, and then some of them react in a way where it's aggressive. So he feeds off of that energy, and he gives you the same energy. So he would tell a woman to basically rank themselves from 0 to 10. Sorry, from 1 to 10 without using 7. Fresh out the face, fresh out the shower, face all clean, no makeup, no nothing, and then rank yourself. That's how you would start. I learned that information when I was 16, of like how pretty women are and this and that in terms of ranking, blah blah blah. So cool. Fast forward, Kevin Samuels, he'll talk to a bunch of ladies and they'll be like, oh, I'm a 9 out of 10. He'll be like, no, you're not. Because if I show you a bunch of people who are 9 out of 10, you're probably going to say you have insecurities. So if you're average, if you say you're 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, then you're average. Why don't you just go for average man? Oh, but I don't deserve average. Then he will go into his whole conversation and his whole spiel. So, yes, Kevin Samuels to many sounds wild. However, as you said, most of the stuff he was saying makes sense. It's just that whenever the people who come on the show want to give him that sort of energy, he's not feeling it. He'll give it back. And that's where he will tell a woman, you should just be an American football player because you're fat. There was an old lady that came on and it was like, yeah, I don't want to talk to this lady because she's out here just talking stuff, out here cripping, mama crip.
I mean, yeah, he certainly left his mark on people.
Man said he certainly left his mark.
I don't know. For myself, the content never really. I mean, I didn't watch any of it. I think I'd seen one clip and quickly realized it's not for me.
He said to one woman, he's wild here. He said to one woman, like, listen, your braids are so bad they don't even go all the way down to your neck. Shit. This and that. It was like, come on my show. Like, but the thing is, they were being disrespectful, and it was like, I don't like that disrespect, so I'm just gonna disrespect you right back.
Do you know what? Do you know where the issue is with him?
Yeah.
The issue is with him is he might be doing this from a place of just being honest, but then the problem, what happens is he will galvanize an audience of mandem who don't like women. And then they'll watch that and they'll find entertainment behind that.
They find entertainment.
And thus piss off women as a result.
Yeah.
That's why it never really talked to me, if I'm being honest. Some of it is funny, but in my brain I know what it actually does.
Yeah.
And it gives the man them who are the losers, the man them who don't really get any women attention, like, yeah, you're right, yeah, she is fat, yeah, she. It gives them a voice. He kind of fucked himself over by it, not maybe purposely or unpurposely, I don't know. Yeah. But regardless, that's why, in my opinion, I think women don't like him.
There's honesty.
And there's other stuff I've seen as well. Where
Honesty,
it's like,
and then
you're a white boy.
What has happened with that as well, there's been like a whole entire movement. And he's addressed this as well. He's been like, some of you men are coming on this platform just to see me talk to women in the way they're giving off the energy and how they feel masculine in talking to me. Like they're not feminine in any shape or form. Like, and some of you men, you really need to change your ideas and your concepts, because if I speak to you and I find out that you are doing the same thing that some of these women are doing, then I find out you're both immature. And he's done that before with the fat guy who was overweight and had a small dick.
It's like, you got a big dick? And he was like,
that was incredible. It's not no Ron Johnson.
Why you taking so long to answer?
You even know you got a big dick, or you don't want to have a big dick. It's like, you ain't got a big dick. you're £300, you short, you don't even make enough money, and you want the best woman in the world.
That ain't happening.
He was
Fair enough.
mean. He was mean. He was ruthless, the truth. However, it's just that some people, they do need to improve on themselves. But it was just that if you go to Kevin Samuels, like there was even sometimes there was women who went on there, they were very insecure, unsure about themselves, and it'd be like, hold on a second, send me an email of when you've gone to therapy, and then we'll talk from there, rather than this whole thing. But rest in peace, Kevin Samuels, man.
Yeah, interesting character,
Yeah.
for sure.
Interesting individual, because he did change the conversation of like what women want and what women need from a man's perspective. And it was like, yeah. But it's just very interesting. It's very interesting. But rest in peace. He's done so much within a span of 2 years.
How did he pass away? Does anybody know?
Heart attack, I want to say. That's what they're
cardiac
floating.
arrest, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
right.
they're floating around.
I see.
And he's a 2-time cancer survivor as well.
Really?
Oh, word.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Fair enough.
So this was just, it was a bit baffling. But when you die, man.
That's
Fair enough.
YSL. We've not got long, but them boys are burning.
Yo, it's looking peak.
They're done, man. Them man are done.
They even got the dog.
That was a joke. That was a joke.
The green dog.
That was a joke.
Wait, it's not true. I saw a picture. I swear the dog's in the back of the car. I swear the dog's in the back of the car.
What information are they going to get from the
Who's taking care of
dog?
the dog? Who's taking care of the dog? Caretaker? Nah, man. Bring the dog as well.
They taking it to the pound.
No, RSPCA, bruv.
Fuck.
I mean, the first things first, they gotta like get rid of the dye because the dog is green for no reason.
I'm sure that will kill the dog. I thought they just did it for that picture.
Oh my god! Nah, I think the pictures, I think what I saw was fake, but
Yeah.
it genuinely looked like the dog was in the back of the police car, so I thought they took the dog as well.
That's it.
Yo, Gunna's had a hell of a year.
It's over.
Have you
Number
seen-
one
have you
album.
seen the meme? What's it? The feds are going to offer him a fresh pair of jeans and he's going to snitch.
Why does everyone always kill Gunna, man? Allow him, bro.
Listen, that McDonald's is getting prepared as we speak. he is. I don't know. They haven't really got much on Gunna. I think they've just got the fact that he wore a chain.
So how does the
and
RICO
he's-
work? Does that mean essentially they all go away together or what?
Yeah, the whole
all-
organisation.
They all have
Jesus
something
Christ.
on every single individual.
Boy.
Yeah.
They ain't really got, from what I've seen,
Well,
maybe they've got
majority of
more.
the people.
Because they've been saying they've been tapping his phone since he's done. They've been tapping his phone since 2019, and they've got calls on that people are killing people, and then they're like checking in with Thug once it's done.
Yo. I
That's
shouldn't even
why
laugh. That's
I
wild.
thought it was wild that he was, because he was clearly involved in the Lil Wayne bus shooting,
Yeah.
and they just let him go. So
But now
they
there's
just said,
actual
do your thing, and they were building a case on him clearly.
Yeah, from 2015.
That's mad.
Even earlier, they're saying
Yeah,
before he was famous.
Yeah, 2012.
I knew Thug was in this kind of shit, but I didn't think he was in this shit.
Nah, I just never took him seriously because he wore dresses.
But he's a serious
Listen.
don, isn't he?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
he's a
serious
serious don
don.
because I've heard that
Crazy.
he's that serious guy. But it's just
his
like
appearance didn't give that.
in my mind, I've always just known him for wearing a dress,
Yeah.
and then the whole pink, like, oh, that's my boyfriend stuff. Like, I just never took him seriously, and then now,
Take him seriously now.
yeah,
Oh
What
man,
is-
I mean, I say it's a shame, but if he's
Sergio
doing these
Kitchens.
things,
Yo, free Sergio.
Chloe, you're free now.
done.
Yo, top 5 being reshuffled as we speak.
Chloe, you're right back in there. Don't worry.
That was crazy. This is a crazy situation. And RICO cases have a 97% success
Oh,
rate.
you're the dog.
And this is not. And the thing is, this is not.
They're
I
gone
don't know
away
if-
for a
I
long
don't think
time.
This is federal.
That's so peak.
I don't think this is federal.
No, it's
just
federal.
Jesus Christ, I shouldn't even
Oh,
laugh. You know, this is
done.
bad.
They're all done, bro.
This is bad, man.
Snitch like 6ix9ine, bro.
For real.
Sing for man. I'm
Nah,
lying,
there's
bro.
no way.
out
They
there
can't
sing for me.
the thing with RICO cases is they can't present it unless they've got you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's not
Exactly.
like, oh, this is umming and ahhing.
We've actually got you. Ladies and
Nah.
gentlemen, we've got him. Yeah.
Because you can't take a RICO case to the judge without having everything there.
Yeah.
His file is gonna be humongous. For real,
On the
like
table. Oh man.
old
I
school
was
telly.
not gonna be gay.
What an intro to our album, man. Hey, ain't Bruno Fernandez a YSL as well?
Ain't Jack Harlow?
Jack Harlow's high.
They asked the DA if Jack Harlow was indicted.
That's so stupid, man. I guess before we go, we should probably touch on his album. What do you think of it?
I
didn't
thought
listen
it was fine. Like, people are mean. Like, it's not incredible. But it's not as bad as people are making out. You'd think this was worse than something Nav put out.
Where is Nav?
Exactly.
I think Nav, there's an album by Nav that's better than Jack Harlow's album.
I'm sure,
And I
but
can
not
swear
all of
by
his
it.
work. Okay, who's a
The
tradition?
Metro Boomin Nas Nav album is better
I need to
than,
hear that Metro Boomin. Nas.
the kids want you, whatever you want to call it. You know what I will say?
It's not bad.
The album isn't good, but the hate is slightly. It's only just now becoming forced. It's becoming forced because there was this clip that went viral where he was talking about he didn't know who Brandy was. I think that's forced because he's only 24.
Yeah.
Allow it. You know what I mean? At some point, it's like you're just hating for him. You're hating on him for the sake of hating on him. The album isn't good, but it's not just to say it's a bad album. There's some good songs on there. I do like the side piece song, the Dej Loaf introduced to the family song. I actually genuinely like that song. And there's another song on there I like as well. But overall, I think my hypothesis is he needs a ghostwriter. He's got everything going for him.
Yeah.
You get somebody who can actually spit for you, you're calm.
There's talent there as well. Like I just think people are. I think, do you know what it is? I think this was the first time a lot of people had heard him, so they knew the personality, but not a lot of people had heard his music.
His music.
This isn't. This is the same level of ability that he had on his previous album. So this is why I'm confused, because I'm like, this is exactly the level of rap that he's been displaying for the last 3 years. So I'm not.
Okay, fair enough.
I think it's because the label has really looked at it and seen
100%.
projections.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it helps that he's white, but it's just like everybody loves him, and it's just like, is this what you give?
Musically as well, they kind of shot him in the foot. They gave him too much too soon. The Pharrell song shouldn't have been on there, in my opinion. Like, you don't need that. You need to create your sound, make sure it works first. You can't like give somebody such a distinct producer straight away because you don't even know what your actual sound is. And when I heard the Pharrell song, I was like, this is terrible. So that's kind of something where he basically kind of got too big too quickly, slightly, especially with the First Class song.
Yeah,
so I feel like
that was a that wasn't supposed to happen.
No, and I really, really don't like lazy sample flips, but it's weird because the side piece song has a good sample flip. The beautiful sample on that is fantastic. That's how you're supposed to do it. But maybe it's because the First Class grew so big that they didn't intend it to be what it was.
The sample flip on First Class is bad. I thought it was quite not clever what he did with it, but I can see why, especially.
I'm in the minority when I say it. I think it's terrible.
I can see why in this TikTok generation why it worked.
It worked for what it was supposed to do. But
I've been a G, grow up there. Like, it's easy, innit?
Yeah.
But
one thing I gotta say
Sex on the AM is crazy though.
will.i.am Black excellence.
we
probably said it before.
What did he do?
But will.i.am is black excellence, man.
Just in general.
What? Because of his conversation with Talib?
No, not that. It's just that led me on to that video. But just will.i.am is black excellence.
That's out to will.i.am, man.
Yeah, man.
Also, Knucks is black excellence as well.
Boom Boom Pow.
His album is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
I was a bit worried about the drill stuff at first, but he done
It's
it well.
jazz drill, innit? Or drill jazz is what they're.
I don't even know.
It's
But
I think it's the future of rap.
he's
Or
done it
UK
well
rap.
because I don't feel like he was necessarily a drill guy because before all of his stuff was very sample heavy. It was a bit like Fab.
Yeah.
Like he'll flip a sample, make it smart and rap at a slower BPM. But I think the album is really, really good, man. Like Bible is a fucking fantastic song and there's some good songs on other songs on
I haven't
there
had a
as well.
chance to listen to it, but it's definitely getting to this. And
I've
it's
listened to the
amazing.
album once and I haven't had anything to complain about it.
The
However, it's just I'll need to go back on it.
yeah, facts. But I'm happy for the person as well. I think that's always important.
He
like.
deserves it.
Yeah, facts. Yo, have we got anything else to say?
Nah, we gotta get out of it now.
Free YSL, man. Or
Free the dog.
Free the dog. He ain't do nothing.
He's just barking and shit.
Bam bam.
My choice this week is Mr. Morale by Kendrick Lamar.
My choice this week is
The beat is insane.
Silent Hill by Kendrick Lamar and Homeboy.
Push these hating on me like woo.
Kudiak Black. Kudi Black.
Push these hating on nigga like woo.
Go on, make it a trifecta. Pick another song from the album.
Bam bam.
Worldwide Stepper.
I don't think this has ever happened. 3 songs off the same album in the playlist.
Worldwide Stepper, yeah?
Worldwide
Brother, that song, yeah. That is, I think it's his most outrageous song. Cause just got the stuff he's saying on there.
Yeah.
It's so peak.
You love to see it.
Kendrick Lamar, man. Shout out to you, bro. You never miss.
Don't miss, take the piss. Alright, until next time, Main Chafford podcast. I roll the Mies.
Sarcophagus.
They're not gonna understand
Sarcophagus.
this. Yeah, they're not gonna understand it until
Well.
the next episode. So
If you know, you know. Peace.
Get to know.